Patrick, what got you into this whole motorcycle lawyer thing?
It's the motorcycle lawyer thing. We just kind of fell into it, really.
Okay.
My law partner, Tom Metier, I would credit him mostly with getting me into riding. He's been a rider since the early 70s. But we decided that we wanted to represent a community of people that didn't have, a go-to advocate that were riders.
Right.
And so we started marketing and practicing motorcycle injury law.
Okay.
And so I took over that part of our practice, and I haven't done anything except motorcycle crash cases for going on 23 years now.
Wow. Okay. Cool. You've seen it all then.
I've seen a lot
You've seen it all.
of situations.
Right.
Yeah. I've represented over 1,500 injured riders.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And that you are, I read a little bit, you're licensed in more than one state too, right? You're quite a few states.
That's right. I'm licensed in Oregon, Washington, Colorado, and Wyoming.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So practice regularly in all four states.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you ride too. So I've seen you ride. I've ridden with you, and so you can ride and work basically. You can. Hey, I got a case in Washington. I can ride to Washington and handle my case if I want to, right? Kind of thing.
That's right. Technology is a crazy thing these days.
Right.
I can put a Starlink satellite in my bag, and regardless of where I end up any given day, I can plug that thing in and do all the work I need to get done.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is
So
really cool.
Get to ride and work.
Okay.
It's not bad.
So where's home base for you? Where do you reside, I guess?
Home base right now, my family and we live in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you have an office there, but like you're out here in Oregon, you're working right now. You can, like you said, whatever you need to do.
Right. We have offices in all four states that I practice in. And so, I spend, I don't know, some time just about every month making the rounds out here in the Pacific Northwest and in Oregon and Washington. Wyoming's easy to get to because
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah. So, but yeah, out here practicing, taking care of folks out here in the Pacific Northwest.
Cool. That's cool.
Which I love.
Huh. Okay. So how about a little background? What got you riding motorcycles? So how did that all fall into this picture?
So when I was in college, I rode a little bit, just around, town, to and from class, that kind of stuff, just because it was cheaper for gas. And then it wasn't until after law school that my law partner, Tom, kind of got me into the riding scene. And that's when I started riding. And as my kids got older, I got to ride more and more. And these days now with, both kids out of the house, it's not unusual.
Ride more.
It's not unusual for me to do 1,000 miles in a day. I
That's
do.
awesome.
I've done multiple 1Ks in a day.
Cool.
So,
Cool. That's right. That's my kind of thing. I love that.
Yeah.
When you started riding, when your partner got you into riding, was it Harleys?
It was
Harleys.
Yeah,
right off the
it was Harleys. My first bike was a 2008 Road King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I loved.
Yeah,
that was
those
awesome.
Man, really good bikes.
Yeah.
Really good bikes.
And then I rode Road Kings from 08 until 23 when I went to a Road Glide.
Right.
Just wanted something
Game changer.
little bigger.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to the full fairing is
The
definitely
full fairing is a game changer. I didn't realize what I was missing. I was always like, I want the classic looking,
Right.
but
Yeah.
no fairing.
Yeah, doing a 1K on a day with no fairing is I've done it, and it's brutal.
It can get tiring for
Yeah,
sure. I've
exactly.
done it both ways, and I will say the fairing makes it
Yeah.
a little easier.
Oh, I bet. Well, not I bet, I know. But yeah, it definitely worth it. So you do the 1K in a days. Is there particular places you like to go for the 1Ks and days, or is it just hey, I need to shoot out to Washington to check in at the firm there, gonna do my 1K that way, or do you try to do more than just work 1K ride kind of things, or?
It works out to where I can do the 1K is kind of it makes it easier to get out here
Okay.
just to go that first 1,000 miles
Yeah.
in a day and then take it easy. But so most of my 1Ks are coming this way or going back towards Colorado. But I've done several. Went down to Arkansas, did the whole pig trail thing, did a
Cool.
1K on the way down there. What I prefer to do on the 1Ks is stay off the main interstates. Two
Yeah.
lanes as far as,
Right.
not exclusively. You got to go on the interstate every now and then, but
Yeah.
stay to the 2 lanes as much as possible.
Yeah, and just see the country.
See the
There's
country, see the people.
So many beautiful things out there, and just yeah.
Yeah.
Saw that clip on. I know it's floating on social media. They say that it's the difference. Riding a motorcycle versus driving a car is just the altitude change, the temperature change, the everything. It's just somebody that doesn't ride a motorcycle just doesn't understand.
They don't get it. I mean,
Yeah.
you get the smells. You get to see the, like you said, the temperature changes. There's several times. You're just cruising down the road, and then you go into a little dip, and it's 10 degrees cold.
Right.
You don't get that experience.
No,
in
it's
a
crazy.
cage.
Yeah. So you're on a road glide now, the M8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
And probably going from the twin cam to the M8. I know I just got on my first M8, and it was a game changer.
It's easy to get on the throttle.
Right.
Pretty hard. You got to stay conscious of that a little bit.
Exactly. So, where are you from? Where originally?
So, where I'm from originally, I've spent the first half of my life kind of all over the place.
Okay.
I was born in Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
Spent the first 5 years of my life in Laramie, Wyoming, where my dad was
Beautiful.
doing grad school.
Okay.
Then we lived in Seattle for a couple of years, and then we moved to South Africa for a few years.
Wow.
Then back to Seattle, and then to Wisconsin.
Crazy.
Yeah, I did my college in Texas and my law school in Colorado.
Wild. You've been all over the place.
Yeah.
And no motorcycles during any of that.
No. My
Dad didn't ride. Nobody in the family rode. No kind of
but
thing.
I'm the first and only on both sides of my family to have
Really
gotten on a bike. Yeah.
That is wild. It's actually kind of fun. I'm the same way. My mom and dad rode a Yamaha XS 650 from Oregon to Maine to Florida and back on one XS 650.
Holy cow.
They got back. My dad said he got rid of the bike, never touched another motorcycle in his life. And that's the only motorcycle he has any sides of the family. And now I'm like same with you, just kind of the first. So
it was, they weren't anti-motorcycle, I'd say, but not positive. But 2 years ago, I took my mom to Sturgis, 73-year-old.
no way.
First time in her life she'd ever been on a motorcycle.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I took her to Sturgis, and we did, the Needles and the Wildlife Loop and Iron Mountain Road.
So cool.
Yeah.
So she rode with you out there.
No. So
Okay.
my dad drove her.
Okay.
But
still, you got
the
to
rides,
take her all out.
She rode on the back, and she loved it.
Oh, that's
she loved
so
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like my wife. When we got together, she'd never been on a motorcycle. I think she'd ridden quads or something, and that's it. She was very skeptical about it. Now, when are we going on our next trip? When are we going?
Nice.
So, any plans for any big rides this summer besides hitting the law firms or anything? Are you gonna try to actually get out there and?
Going to go back to Sturgis again this year.
Okay.
Didn't get to make it last year, which was the first time in 6 years I hadn't been. So I'd like to get back out to Sturgis. We're going to do another 1K in a day out here to your show,
Right.
the Pac West show. And I'll probably ride to Arkansas again, do some more of the pig trail, and
I need to look into this pig trail. I don't think I've ever heard of it before.
It's actually pretty cool.
Really?
It's really good twisties. It's all just
Really?
a 2-lane through the Ozark Mountains.
I wonder if is it pretty far off the beaten path, or if you were traveling through, you might actually hit it and didn't even realize it, kind of thing.
No, you have to kind of want to go
Okay.
On the pig trail to get it. So you'd go to like Eureka Springs,
I'd have
which
to look it up.
so if you're looking at Arkansas, on the northwest corner of Arkansas is like Fayetteville and Bentonville.
Okay.
Fayetteville's
Okay.
where the University of Arkansas is, and then Eureka Springs just a little bit to the east of that.
Okay.
Within an hour of Fayetteville, and the pig trail goes out from all the good riding, in my opinion, is out of Eureka Springs,
Okay.
which is a really cool old town.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Um,
If you ever want to go, let me know, and
let's do it.
I've got a place for us to stay, and we'll ride.
Really?
Yeah, we'll ride the pig trail.
all right. That works for me. Have you ever done the dragon, the tail of the dragon?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
oh
yet.
man, you got it. I mean, if you're into that kind of twisty thing, it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of people, but Amber and I, when we did the last cross country trip, we went through there and stayed at it's called Deals Gap right there at the campground, or not even the campground, the little hotels and stuff. And they got the big tree with all the
crash part.
crashes and stuff. It was
Yeah.
cool. We got to get out and ride it in the morning when there wasn't a bunch of people and looky-loos. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely on the bucket list for me.
Well, maybe we'll just have to make a trip out of it because that's not far from each other, really.
No, it's not. It'd be a good trip to take.
Yeah, for sure.
Do the Blue Ridge at that time too, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did that. The Park Blue Ridge-
Skyway?
Skyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is amazing. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
Just coming down through the Smokies and stuff. And then some friends of ours, Dream Rides, John, they had a shop in Stockton, and then they moved to Tennessee, and they have a shop there. So we stopped and saw them when we were down there right before we went and did the Dragon. And I am gonna totally screw this name up, but there's the Dragon, and then there's I always call it like the Cholula Hula something. I'd have to Google it.
Catahoula.
Yes, that.
Or wait, that's a dog.
No,
isn't it?
it's something like that. It's a Native American name.
Yeah.
But it's not as twisty as the Dragon, but there's nobody out there, and you go up in the Smokies and you're in the middle of freaking nowhere. It's so beautiful.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
Bucket list for sure for me.
Yep. Have you ever ridden outside the country at all? Canada or Mexico or anything like that?
Does a Vespa count? I was in Croatia. It was my wife and I's 25th wedding anniversary, so we went to Croatia and went to one of the islands there. Highly recommend Croatia, by the way.
Really?
It's beautiful. But rented a Vespa out there, which was, hey,
It's two wheels, right?
Still out in the open, still out in the air, and it was
exactly.
It was more fun than it ought to have been, I think.
Is there a lot of motorcycling out there?
Yes and no. I think it's more of a convenience thing just to get around town from here to there instead of having a car, just because some of the streets and older towns over there are so narrow. It just makes it easier for people.
Oh, yeah.
But actual, maybe I could count 2 or 3 Harleys, but most of them were little scooters,
Wild.
smaller bikes. Yeah.
I really want to do, oh my God, I can't remember. The motorcycle Sherpa thing. What country is that? Crap. I was just watching a video on it. The Endangered Animal or whatever guy did it. And a couple of friends I know have done it. But I can't remember what they go, and you go out with the Sherpas and they take you out on the adventure bikes. And it's, I can't remember what country it is.
Nepal? Is it Nepal?
It might be. Yeah, it might be Nepal. Yeah.
There's 2 rides I want to do internationally. One, I'd like to rent a bike in the UK and do basically the whole circumference, England, Scotland,
right,
all the way around that, catch those castles. And then I've seen some YouTube videos where you can ride from like London,
right,
and you get on a ferry and it takes you to Amsterdam, and then you get off the boat in Amsterdam and you ride south into France and then into Switzerland.
Really?
And then the main part of the tour is going up back and forth in the Alps from Switzerland, France, and Italy, back and forth on all these mountain passes.
Oh my God, I bet that's epic.
It looks fantastic.
Let's go.
Any day.
All right.
Anytime.
All right. Okay. So with get back to the lawyer thing. Sure you just love talking about it all day. That's all you talk about. Trying to think, what does a motorcycle lawyer do? So I'm Joe Schmo. I'm out on my motorcycle, and somebody pulls out in front of me, and I hit them. How do you come into play? How does that work? Is that all you do, or is it? Is there? Can you explain to me how it all works?
Yeah. So my job, my goal is to deal with all the red tape and all the bullshit that goes
Right.
into something like that. Take that off your plate so you can focus on healing, so your family can, take care of you,
Right.
so that they're done. So, what I tell people is call me before you call an insurance company.
Okay. Okay.
Insurance companies these days they're not your friend when something happens.
Right. All they want is your money.
They're business.
Yeah.
They're in the business of making money and not
Right.
helping people. And so I tell
Right.
people, call me first, and if you want me to, we'll get involved. I'll take care of everything. Deal with the insurance companies. Deal with the
Oh, okay.
doctor's
So you
offices.
deal with the insurance companies too.
That's primarily
okay.
what I do. So you don't have to.
Okay. Okay.
And
Like
so,
from a lame like Joe Nobody, I'd be like, oh, I need a lawyer because this person, so they need to represent me because this person did me wrong, pulled out in front of me or whatever. But you actually go to the insurance company and represent me too.
we do, yes, we
Okay.
deal with all of that so that
wow.
you don't have to. Yeah. So my goal is to, unfortunately, our justice system can't put you physically back together like you were before this thing happened. Right. So the only remedy that we have is to get you enough compensation, enough money to pay off all those medical bills, to replace the wages that you're going to be missing because you can't get back to work, and then get you some money for the more important damages, in my opinion, which are your non-economic damages, which is your pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life.
Right.
Like, you get hit in the early, like May,
Yeah.
your riding season may be out the window. That's
Done.
got some value. So my goal ultimately is to take care of you doing things that
Right.
one, you don't have the experience doing, and it's, you don't want to be trying to figure all that shit out while
Yeah.
you're trying to get better and get back to work.
Right.
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 And so why a motorcycle lawyer specifically and not just some personal injury guy or, because the personal injury attorneys are a dime a dozen, right?
Right.
And sometimes they'll even advertise, "Oh, come to us if you've been in a motorcycle crash." But these guys don't even know anything. They don't know a clutch from a brake, from a
Right.
whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
They don't know that. They don't know what is going through a rider's mind when somebody pulls out in front of us, right?
Right. Right.
They don't have that experience. They just they don't know the intricacies of what's different between a motorcycle crash and
a car crash, whatever.
Right.
I wonder what the percentage of actual motorcycle lawyers actually ride. I know you do,
I do.
but I wonder how many of them actually ride. It'd be interesting to look into it.
If you do, I'd be interested in that
Yeah.
too, because some of these guys take pictures next to a bike, and then that's about it. That's about it. You don't
Automatically makes them a rider.
You never see them
Yeah.
out on the like I ride in the multiple toy runs every year, and there's some guys I know that are motorcycle lawyers, but
Right.
they're handing out coffee and stuff, but not
Yeah.
getting
Not
on
actually
that-
getting out there and putting the miles
getting on
down.
that bike and,
Yeah.
and actually riding
Right.
and being a part of the community in that way.
So you mentioned living in South Africa for part of your childhood growing up. What was that like?
Yeah, we lived down there for 3 years. My dad's job at the time transferred us down there, and I was fortunately old enough to remember it. I'll say South Africa is a beautiful country.
Right.
We lived in Johannesburg.
Okay.
The best part of that country, you get all different topography. Like there's mountains that get snow.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'd never think that.
No,
Wow. Yeah.
people don't.
Yeah.
The Drakensberg Mountains, they've got trout fishing streams. They've got, the things that you associate with Africa too, lions
Right.
and elephants and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool. And I was old enough to recognize the political situation down there wasn't so great. It was
Right.
a little,
a lot of poverty down there.
a lot of poverty. Yeah. In certain areas.
Right.
And then in other areas it was
Thriving.
Yeah. Thriving, just like a lot of areas of the world. But,
Right.
but it was, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I went to it was called the American International School of Johannesburg.
Okay.
So it was run by American expats, but it was an international school. So I had classmates from Sweden, Israel,
Oh, wild.
all over Europe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Australia, Southeast Asia. It was pretty cool, and being exposed to different nationalities and different people from different walks of life was really cool. I think it broadened my worldview at a young age, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because a lot of people, they're just kind of stuck in a bubble and they don't realize, like, I didn't realize there's snow there. I
Yeah.
didn't think, you don't associate South Africa with snow, right? That's pretty crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Huh.
That. Yeah.
With living like out of the country like that and growing up, do you feel that any of that has influenced you in later in life and becoming a lawyer and all of that? And has it had any?
That's a great question, and I would say yes. How it influenced me, maybe. Got to think about this.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. Take your time.
Being exposed to such a broad range of different cultures, I think gives me an appreciation for the differences in our riding community.
Okay.
I'm going to attach it there to the motorcycle, because we've got all kinds
absolutely
in the riding community,
all kinds,
right?
Yeah.
And being able to represent people from all those different aspects of our community is pretty important.
Yeah. Ride amongst them, represent them, everything.
So I don't care if you're on metric bikes, if you're on Harleys, if you're on a Vespa scooter, I can walk amongst you.
Right.
And,
two wheels is two wheels, man.
Two wheels is two wheels, but being exposed to a broader life experience at a young age probably is helping me now.
Right.
Work
once
with
again,
people.
It's that bubble, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people are stuck in a bubble. They don't get to experience that. They don't know what's outside of their town, their city, their state. Some people never even leave their own state. So
Right.
I think that's cool.
And it's so when you're in that bubble, you're exposed to whatever it is you're exposed to, and getting outside of that bubble can be hard. So I think that in hindsight, now growing up, I had no idea that was happening, but in hindsight, I think that gave me a better ability to represent all the various different people I've represented over the last 20 years.
Awesome. Where do we go from here? Riding. Let's talk about more riding. Favorite place you've ever ridden?
Favorite place I've ever ridden. It's going to take me a second. If I'm trying to get from point A to point B, I love riding through Wyoming because there's nobody there.
Yeah.
There is nobody there.
Go out and find the train station where they drop the bikes.
That's right. It's wide open.
Right.
There's no, it's just, you can turn your mind off and just go.
Set the cruise control
which
and
there's something for that. That's just very nice.
Right.
And then I like Lolo Pass.
Yeah, Lolo's awesome.
Coming down from the top towards Kamei, Idaho is beautiful.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I haven't ridden. What's that pass in Wyoming? We were going to do it twice, and the one time I was going to do it, there was a fire, and I couldn't go.
Okay.
And then this last time we were going to go. It's July, and there was a blizzard on top of it. What was that pass? Beartooth.
Oh, Beartooth. I've done Beartooth before. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
I've been thwarted every time I've wanted to go on Beartooth by some weather event. It's crazy. So,
wild.
So I want to do that. But Lolo Pass, I love riding. I love riding in the, I like the Palouse in Eastern Washington.
Okay.
All those wheat fields. I mean, there's just something about it.
Beautiful.
I think I prefer the more wide open, so I can see
yeah
type stuff. Riding the coasts out here is pretty cool. Little congested in places.
The traffic is that's the only bummer. I was just going to ask you if you ever done the one all the way down, the 101 into the one.
I haven't done that yet either.
That's amazing ride, but
is it?
the traffic, it's just every time we've ever done it. I mean, it's still a beautiful ride, but at some point it's like, okay, come on,
slow down, speed up,
yep,
slow down,
yep.
speed up. Yeah. And then, especially during camper season, I call it camper season,
yeah.
where everybody and their brothers out there
Yep.
in motorhomes.
Yep. Have you ever done like Glacier?
Have not done Glacier yet.
Dude, you got to do that on a bike. Like we were talking about earlier about the sense and the feels. We rode through Glacier and it was like, I wish I was on the back of the bike because it's breathtaking. It feels like you're in a painting.
I think this year when I'm coming back after your show, I think I'll go the northern route and hit Glacier and maybe Beartooth this time.
Heck yeah, we'll have to see which way we're leaving because we're leaving for Canada.
Oh, that's right. You're
Monday,
going to Canada.
Yeah. Maybe we can team up and split off or whatever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Yeah. So I guess favorite ride. My favorite ride is where I can turn the mind off and just enjoy the experience.
Yes. Yeah.
And I guess that could be anywhere.
True, unless you're in the super twisties and not turn your mind.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
Yeah. If you were to take a trip on, or is there another type of motorcycle you'd like to try out at all? Anything else that piques your interest?
You know, to be honest, not really.
No?
I would like to try dual sport.
Okay.
I haven't done much dirt riding, and in these places, Washington, Oregon, Colorado, there is a lot of dirt to ride.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt to ride, and so I'll take that back. I would like to try a dual sport.
Yeah.
At least once.
I tried a Pan America last summer and it was awesome.
Was it?
It was fun. Yeah. Now I really want to try a GS.
Does the height on that?
It's weird.
Is it?
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to say it because I come from a dirt bike background, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're not real tall. The power delivery combined with the way you sit on the bike, it feels like you're going to tip over. It feels very top heavy.
Standing next to him, that's what it.
Yes,
feels
but
like,
once you're riding it, that thing will just dive into a corner. It's awesome. The suspension's amazing, and they have that auto suspension. I don't even remember what they call it, but they have it. I think on the higher models, you pull up and the suspension will drop at a stoplight and then lift back up as you start riding.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're fun.
I think I'm going to do that. We've got some friends up in outside of Seattle that run some dirt bike classes that I think I'll join maybe this summer.
Yeah, it's fun.
Give it a shot.
Fun.
Yeah.
So back to the pavement on your Harley and everything. I heard you had a couple of real good high mileage days before. What's the most memorable, maybe the most miles you've ever done?
Yeah. So the last one I did was in July, and I think it was about 1,200 miles in a day.
Wow.
I left. I can't even remember what time I left Ocean Shores, Washington, and got home to Fort Collins, Colorado, all in one day. So I left Ocean Shores, came off the coast, hit the 5 to Portland, and 84 all the way to Salt Lake City,
Bombed it.
And then 80 all the way to Cheyenne. So yeah, I bombed it. I was on the throttle pretty much all day, and
it takes a lot.
That was a long day.
Yeah,
that was a long day.
Yeah,
I was vibrating for you do a lot of miles and you just feel the vibration all day.
Yep.
But so that was a long day. I'll tell you, that's the first time I ever rode with earplugs in,
right?
Actual foam earplugs. World of difference.
Oh, game changer.
Yeah,
game changer.
That was the first time I ever did that. And
I'll have to show you the company of earplugs that I use when we take long trips. They're made for motorcycling.
Oh, yeah.
And they're amazing. You can still, I don't know if you do the comms on your helmets or you listen to music or whatever, you can still actually hear that, but it drowns out that drone.
The drone?
Yeah. Especially on I-84.
Oh, okay. So I've just told the actual mileage that I rode was 1,333 miles.
Wow.
In less than 24 hours.
That's brutal. That's brutal. I've had some of those days, and like you said, you're vibrating. You vibrate for the next 2 days. There are people that don't know, that don't ride motorcycles or don't ride distance. It's a different feeling.
It's a little bit of an endurance.
Oh yeah, for
sport.
sure, for sure. What's your go-to? Do you stop and eat when you do long days like that, or are you just kind of a snacker at the gas station?
Yeah, I'm a pound it down your throat and hit the road again kind of guy. Like
Red Bull and some treats. And
yeah,
go.
I'll fill up. I'll fill the tank, run in, use the restroom, whatever catches my eye on the way out, grab it, and as I'm walking back to the bike, I'm shoving whatever I bought in my face.
That's the only way to go, man. That's the only way to go. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Huh. That's really cool. Any other big trips like that you've ever done, like stack the mileage?
So several. I mean, once a year I'll do the Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado to Kamei, Idaho, which is just about 1,000 miles.
Okay.
That trip down to the Pig Trail in Arkansas.
Right.
I had to make that 1,000 miles. Took some routes that wasn't looking to get there fast.
Right.
Wanted the miles.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's cool. I did my first 1K in a day was with a group of dudes. It was 9 of us, and we set out. We wanted to break the record for 1K in a day. We did. It held for about a day, but we still hold 2 of the records. Most bikes, or no, I think that got broken too. Actually, I think the only record we still have is all Harleys or something like that. But I think it was 12 hours, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We started in Troutdale, right outside I-84. Yeah, Troutdale. We started in Troutdale, rode out past Boise, 500 miles, and then turned around and came back as fast as we could, all 84. But we had 5-gallon gas cans with us.
okay.
So we had it all planned out. So we'd skip every other gas stop. It was I did that on a 5-speed. Everybody else had a 6-speed. I did that on my twin cam 5-speed. That
Wow.
thing was singing, because I'm sure you can imagine the speed that you'd have to carry to do that whole thing. And knock on wood, I don't think we could repeat it without having any, getting pulled over or breakdowns or whatever. That was one epic ride.
It's always a fine line, right? Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So.
Exactly. What would be the number one, how do I say this? For a motorcyclist, say, you said, sorry, the train of thought is here. I get in an accident. Call you first. Don't call your 911, obviously, or whatever, but don't even tell your insurance company you got in an accident, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, you're right. Call 911 first.
Right.
Make sure you get to safety.
Scooped off the pavement.
Get to the hospital, whatever you need to do.
Right.
But yeah, you have no obligation to call your insurance company immediately.
Right.
And that is something that we'll do. We can put them on notice of the event or the crash or whatever it is.
Right.
So that you're in compliance with your insurance contract.
Right.
But you don't have to do it. And you certainly don't have to call or talk to or even acknowledge the other person's insurance company.
Really?
In fact, I'd recommend that you not deal with them directly.
Wow.
Yeah. They again are not your friend, and they're looking out for any way that they can save money.
They just get you.
Yeah, and when it comes to riders, these adjusters are taught to ask the questions because they love to blame the rider for crashes.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't do you any good to talk to the other person's insurance company.
Right. Yeah, that's what I wish I would have known. Not to get you to analyze my accident by any means, but I was coming around not a blind corner, but you couldn't see the exit. Just a nice, and it was raining like hell, like it does out here in Oregon. 35 miles an hour. I think they said I was doing 38 is what they figured. And I came around that corner and I was on the inside, and there was 3 cars hitting each other, in the middle of 2-lane road, ditches, I couldn't go to the outside. I'm already on the inside of the corner. I mean, they didn't at fault me, but I didn't really feel very represented, and I didn't have anybody to represent me. I didn't know all this because I figured, I hit them because they were stopped in front of me. I tried to go in between traffic, but it was like I didn't know that, and that's why I like asking you these questions and learning about this, so more people can know that hey, there is somebody to talk to.
Right. Absolutely. And the question in your circumstances is, well, why did you end up hitting them? Because somebody screwed up
Right.
when you weren't even there yet. Right.
Right.
So, but yeah, I tell folks all the time, call regardless of whether you think you have a case or not.
Right.
Because let me help you make that decision.
Right.
There are some times I can't take a case, right? There are some situations where the rider is 100% at fault. And there's just nothing that can be done. And I would rather tell you that up front and shoot straight than have you spend some money and get into the thing and then we can go, you know what, I'm just going to get ready. I don't do that. It's better to be upfront about that thing.
It's like, I mean, does it cost you anything to make a phone call? I mean, literally.
Absolutely not. It is absolutely free to call me anytime.
So why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. At least find out. And if I can't take the case, I'm going to give you some ideas on how to maybe just deal with the property damage or what's going on, or get you to some folks that may be able to help in the situation where I can't. But yeah, it doesn't cost anybody anything to call me, and consultations are always free. Yeah. And I don't get paid unless I win.
Right. So, okay.
So our interests are aligned in that my goal is to get you as much money as I possibly can to put your life back together.
Right.
And then I get paid if I'm successful. And,
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So it doesn't cost you anything.
Right. Awesome. So when you're setting up and getting ready to go on these longer road trips, what you have a go-to, I need this, that, or is it always just throw your shit in the bags and go kind of thing?
So the planning part for me is the most important. And when I say planning, it's not what am I going to put in my bike? It's the routes. Okay. Routing is important because you need to have route A, route B, route C.
Yes.
One of those 1Ks I was doing out this way, I wanted to ride Beartooth Pass. Got there and it was shut down because of a wildfire. And so if I didn't have
route B
set in mind already, it just would have been, more time trying to figure shit out. And instead of just turning left at the road and going through Yellowstone, right? True. So I think one of the most important things is to have your main route and some backup routes just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Or, you might be getting fatigued and you just want a faster way. And if you don't know what that is before you get to it, you're kind of stranded. And then, obviously a tool bag and, the tire inflator and those kinds of things. But what goes into my bags is kind of a
trip specific kind of thing. Oh, just
get it in, and
as long as I got my rain gear and then some warm gloves, we're good. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Rain gear, warm gloves, and good to go.
Yeah.
So, how about you? What do you do for these longer trips?
For me, my go-to now is, and we talked about this at breakfast a while ago, is my GPS. That Garmin Zumo XT2.
I still need to get that.
Yes, you do. Because back to what you were saying about Route A, Route B, maybe being exhausted, knowing I need a place. That's what's so cool about that thing. I tried for years doing all these long trips, just navigating with my phone. And every navigation app, you got your Google Maps or whatever, you can plan a route out, but you can only put so many waypoints. And I got sick of that because you can't sit. I want to sit on my couch, like the last cross-country trip we did after I found out about this GPS. I was able to sit on the couch with Amber and I was like, hey, where do you want to go? Where do you want to see? And I literally plotted the entire trip across the United States and back into one trip. Yeah, we deviated from it, but it'll you can go in there and edit it. But it also shows live weather. So you could literally be riding across Nebraska where there's no trees and you can see the weather coming from 100 miles away or whatever. Right. And it's right there on the screen and it's going to be here in 10 minutes. Better get your ass moving kind of thing. But it also shows gas stops. Like it's in 10 miles or whatever, your gas light comes on and you're like, crap, where's the next gas station? And literally hit a button, next gas station, right here.
Yeah.
That would be my go-to. And then the rain gear and the toolkit, the tire inflator, really.
Yeah. That live weather would be
Dude,
nice. Like I said, I've got to get that because
yeah.
Derek, my marketing guru up in Washington, and he rode that 1,000 miles with me this past summer,
Right.
and it was supposed to be beautiful the whole damn way. We get 15 miles into the trip, and then in the next 150 miles, it is pouring rain and about 40 degrees.
Yep. Yep.
If we'd had the live weather, I think that might have changed a route or two.
It is a game changer. I really was really surprised at how much it changed the ride. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, and then I think on top of that, you said the rain gear and this and that. I just started riding with heated gear. Game changer. Yeah. What was I doing? I feel stupid for not having it for all these years, freezing my ass off. Now it's just
the heated grips for me was a game changer, and then
right.
on this new Road Glide I got, it has a heated seat. That's a game changer.
Heated seat. Yeah. Okay. I have not tried that out yet.
That's pretty sweet.
Really? Yeah. My new bike has heated grips, so that's new to me. But yeah, it's a game changer, man. I was just talking to one of the Mile Monsters guys, not Denver. Who was it? Frank. Frank. And I had made a post on social media about loving my heated gear, and he side messaged me. We were talking, and he goes, I often tell people that I am probably warmer in my heated gear on my bike than you are sitting in your car. It's crazy.
It is, and it. The more comfortable you are when you're riding, especially riding distances like that, the safer you are.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Your mind isn't.
Yeah, you can actually feel your hand controls, and exactly. And you're not focusing on being frozen. You're actually focusing on the road.
Exactly. So heated gear is top notch in my book for sure.
Yeah. Bike wise, what do you have, like a tire you like to run, or are you just kind of just throw them on whatever they have at the time and go? Or
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I am not good with a wrench, and so I unfortunately that's one part of my game that's missing. And so I will do the research and go with the best recommended stuff.
Good.
I've had too many lessons in buying cheap and paying double later.
Yep.
So
exactly.
I'll do the research, but somebody else can be putting it on.
Yeah. Hey, next time plan it out. You're ready for a set of tires. Drop set a set of tires here. We'll do them when you're here next.
Yeah. That sounds good. I saw you have a whole tire machine over there.
Yep. We have everything. We have all the tools. I tried doing the side work, wrenching on people's bikes and everything, but I just got overwhelmed with my regular job and everything. So I kind of turned it into, I guess you call it a learning garage. Buddies bring over their bikes and don't know how to change your oil. Here's the lift. I'll show you how the first time. And whatever, the tire machine I teach, you'd be amazed at how many people I teach how to use a tire machine.
You're a cool resource to have for sure.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
I hope your buddies appreciate that too.
They do. They always show up. Well, one guy will show up with 4 or 5 cans of brake cleaner, or the other buddy, he's like, hey, check your mailbox, you got something in there for you. It'll be a box of rags or something. It's pretty cool. It's like I have this little collective going on. But it's fun.
It's the community. That's the best part about what we do.
Yep. Yeah. It's like my show, the Pac West show. I think last year we had 14 grown men stay here. And you see my house, it's only 1,200 square feet, and we built the biker bunk house. I showed you that and everything. But my heart is the show. I love the show. But my favorite part of that weekend is having everybody here.
The people
here. I love the people at the show. I love everything. I get to see all my closest friends from all over the country that I met motorcycling. It goes back to you meet the nicest people riding motorcycles thing. But just being here, it's like a big family. I love it.
But if it weren't for the people, would we be riding motorcycles?
Right.
I don't know, because it's the people that you meet and the people that
exactly.
you hang out with, and I don't know. Riding a motorcycle in a vacuum, I don't think would be as cool.
No, it wouldn't be. I think I'd still need it, because it's definitely a what do you call it? A getaway, like you said, you get out there and just lose it, kind of just not lose your mind,
Clear your mind.
clear your mind. You could just get out there and there's no noise but the motorcycle and the wind and
Right.
yeah. So you said over 1,500 people you have, or 1,500 cases you have represented?
1,500 motorcycle cases that
Wow.
I've represented the rider and their families in.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say would be your most rewarding or memorable case to this day, if you could think of one?
That's a big question. There are a lot of folks in that 1,500 that I love. I teach at the Trial Lawyers College, or I'm on staff at the Trial Lawyers College, and we're taught to love our clients, and doing this kind of work that happens. So that's a big question. What comes to mind? There was I represented a guy who got hurt pretty good in a motorcycle crash in Colorado. And one of the people that I used as a witness at the trial in that case was a fantastic dude. Smart, eloquent, just a hell of a person. Somebody I really liked. And he was just a witness in my case. That trial ended, and not 2 days later, this witness guy got into a crash.
Oh, no.
And suffered a pretty bad brain injury.
Right.
And he called, and of course I said, yeah, I'll represent you. And the difference between what he was before and what his brain injury caused was stark. But it's the only case I've ever had in all that 1,500 where I knew, fairly not
Right.
well, because I spent a lot of time preparing my witnesses and that kind of stuff, spent time with his family, talking and that kind of stuff. I knew well before they were injured and then knew them after.
Right. Okay.
And I wanted to do everything in my power to help him and his family.
Right. Because now you're emotionally involved at this point, right?
There's a deep emotional investment in a case like that. And fortunately, it turned out well for him. But that's the one case that really brought it home. I mean, these people were something before the wreck, and now there's something else after the wreck.
Right.
And to have experienced that cycle, the whole cycle,
right,
was really eye-opening. That's the most important case to me, because if I didn't know it before, I know it now that lives change because of these events.
Yeah.
And you need somebody on your side. And I always wonder sometimes, do my clients believe that I'm
right
looking out for their best interests?
Right.
Which the answer is obviously yes. But in this particular situation, it just brought that lesson home.
Right.
Recognizing that families who don't know me may not understand that that's a deep-rooted passion of mine. I want to help.
You want to help
as much as possible,
right?
And put you back together as best as I can with what I can do. And in that case, that was an important case just for that reaffirmation, that relearning of a lesson of why I do this.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't the biggest case in the world.
Right.
It wasn't the smallest case in the world, but it was the most important one for me as growing as an attorney,
right,
as a lawyer.
On that note, I'll put you on the spot.
Okay.
And this is me coming from, and this is me trying to enlighten other people, because when I've been in the motorcycle scene for a long time. Maybe not the masses, but a lot of people you hear, and I don't want. I'm not trying to say this as an insult, but I want to know what your answer back to this is, so people can. Because I understand what you guys do, and I understand that you're trying to help people. What is your answer to people when they say, "Oh, motorcycle lawyer, they're just ambulance chasers"? I'm just gonna put it right out there because you hear it, right? I mean, I'm sure you've heard it. If you're sure you heard, you know what I mean. And that's what I mean. You hear people say it,
Yeah.
But now meeting you and your team, and actually learning and sitting and talking to you and realizing the good you're doing by helping people, what would your answer be back to that? I guess people just need to open their ears and actually, or, and like learn about it. But you have anything to say to that?
I do. I mean, we all see those commercials on TV. We all see
There you go.
those guys out there basically, here's a wreck, here's my check.
Right.
Kind of folks,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they can do whatever they want to do, and that's their chosen way of going about getting cases. I don't necessarily agree with that form of marketing.
No,
but
no.
It is what it is, and it's a fact of life these days that is out there.
It's sad. It's really sad.
And so you see that, and then you couple it with you hear about the McDonald's coffee verdict, and you hear about these crazy lawsuits that are out there, and
sue happy people
happy people, and this, that, and the other thing. But what I would say to that particular question is just like with anything, that's why you've got to do your research. If something happens to you,
right,
you need to hire the best attorney for you.
Right.
I tell folks all the time, look, it is a trust relationship. Mm-hmm. It's a trust relationship from you to me and me to you.
Right.
Right. If you don't like me, or if and I don't like you, it's going to be a pretty rough,
it's not going to work
experience for both of us.
Right.
Which isn't fair to you, and it's not fair to me, and it's not fair to my staff, and that kind of stuff. And so you need to hire somebody that you're comfortable with, that you trust will represent you, and
why not somebody that actually rides and understands, like you said,
right? Somebody that takes care of the community and does this for reasons other than making money. Yeah, it's my living. It's how
it's how you feed your family. Yeah, exactly.
Feed my family and put clothes on their back and that kind of stuff. But it's also a passion to help people in my community, and my community is the riding community.
Right.
I've spent 20 years doing that.
That is why I asked that question, because I want people to hear that. I want more people to understand that it's not just a motorcycle lawyers are out there for a money grab. There's people out there like you that want to help people, and that's what I want more people to know. Because now that I've learned, I want to be able to share that with people.
Yeah, it's true. I tell folks all the time, I wish I had a magic wand that I could wave and make it all go away, not happen, and not even have a case. But unfortunately, I'm getting the call on your worst day, right?
Right.
And so my only goal is to ease the burden for you and your family, and put you back together again as best as I can with what the legal system allows me to do for you.
Well, you're appreciated. Thank you. And thank you for being here. When am I going to see you next?
Well, I'm always around, as you know, Brad, but but if I don't see you, I will definitely be at the Pac West show this year.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you, bro. Hopefully we get to do some riding in between then.
I hope we can get some riding in either between then or afterwards or whatever. Yeah, if you're going up to Canada and I'm going to hit Glacier,
let's do it.
We'll have to make some plans.
Perfect.
Or you can come down to Arkansas.
Yeah, let's do it. Appreciate you, bro, so much.